Hello everyone, welcome to Valley Homes on TV, the Milpitas edition. I'm your co-host Todd Flesner along with Debbie Giordano.
Hi!
Hey Debbie. Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is Channel 26 and it's either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday evening at 6. Or if you don't catch us during the week, check us out on the weekend mornings, Saturday and Sunday, 9:30. We're glad you've joined us. And Debbie, you brought a guest with us today.
I have. I'm very pleased to announce it's Mike Sibilia with the Santa Clara County Association of Realtors. I should have that right. I've only been a member of the Board of Realtors for about 33 years. So
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you for
great.
coming in. And didn't you folks finish up a convention in San Diego?
We had the California Association of Realtors convention last week, and it's a convention for the whole state. So all the directors for the state were there for the week.
That must have been exciting. We'll maybe want to hit on some of the highlights from that convention.
Okay.
You might want to
Well, Mike, for the folks that don't know, what is the Association of Realtors?
SCORE, Santa Clara County Association of Realtors, is basically a trade organization comprising of about 6,000 members, realtors as well as affiliate members, that are looking for supporting each other in the business as well as defending private property rights.
Okay, so it's a private group of realtors that you've banded together, I guess, as an association, and that's different than the board of or the state Department of Real Estate.
Yeah, the Department of Real Estate is in charge from a state level of supervising licensees.
Okay.
A realtor is different than a licensee. A realtor, by joining the local association of realtors, also becomes a state CAR, California Association of Realtor, as well as a national association of realtors. So by joining the local board, you are a member of all three organizations.
Well, a lot of times people will use the term realtor generically, but I understand that that's not correct.
It is not correct. What I'm wearing here will separate the licensee from a realtor. The realtor, one of the big differences between a licensee and a realtor is that a realtor has to subscribe to the Code of Ethics from the National Association of Realtors, 17 articles of ethics. And a licensee has to follow the law, but the realtor goes beyond that.
So are all agents required to be a member of SCORE?
No. Well, yes and no. It depends on the real estate company. For example, my company, all my agents are required to be realtors. Now, they don't have to be members of SCORE. We think that's the best association, but there are other area associations throughout the state of California.
Okay, so now you're president of the organization,
Yes.
but you also work full-time in real estate, I understand.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Sounds like you're juggling a couple balls there.
It's a juggling act. I'm the owner-broker of 3 offices. I have managers that do the day-to-day business, and it seems to work out real well. I think I'm just passionate about organized real estate and want to give back a little bit, best I can.
Let's say you've been you've had worn some other hats at the board, some committee member leadership roles, and you're probably vice president.
But Debbie, we don't like to take the chance on having someone represent our board as a president. We like to see them in the leadership role in other ways. You know, president-elect, I was treasurer, committee chair of a couple of different committees and you work your way through the rank.
You know, I had the honor, I chaired local government relations, and I chaired PAC. Quite a few years ago when I was involved with the board.
Big responsibility.
Those are big responsibilities. I know the board is very active politically. They're involved with what goes on with ordinances and even local government relations work is very important in the Book of the Realtor.
You know, our association we divided up the different communities that we really want to pay attention to, and of course it's our members. It's also the public. It's also the government, the business, and the media. So those 5 communities we want to focus on and make sure that there is a voice to be heard to all these groups, and that it is concise and it's a trusted voice for people to get information from.
And it's also a two-way street. I think realtors need to be integrated with the community, and the community needs to understand that the realtor or broker they work with also understands the basics of that community.
Absolutely.
So, great.
So you talked a little bit about the Code of Ethics. You know, why is it important for someone in the general public to look for a realtor as opposed to just a general
That's a
licensee?
good question.
What's the benefit?
Well, the benefit is protection, and that there's also some protection with the public that we kind of police ourselves as well from a realtor. So if a public feels like they've been wronged, and not legally, but well, of course legally, but also ethically, if things were done incorrectly, that a licensee might be able to get away with, but at the expense of the public, they have a place to go to lodge their complaint, and we'll voice it out.
Well, let's talk about that a little deeper as SCORE polices that. Can some member of the public call in to the board? How does that work?
Absolutely. We have actually a full-time staff that is dedicated to handle issues if they come up, whether it be realtor issues or the public issues. And there's a process that if a public feels they've been wronged, there's avenues within our board to get it settled.
Excellent.
And it's kind of a self-policing process, I understand. You have realtors that sit on that board that take a look at the actions of others. So it's a peer-related review.
Yeah, matter of fact, this morning I was on a director's review where there was between two brokers that had a disagreement, and one felt the decision wasn't right and the process was wrong, and we reevaluated to make sure that the process was correct.
Okay, terrific.
What other services are available to the public?
Well, from a public standpoint, again, the board is really focused on private property rights, but it's also to help the consumer as well. So we'll have right now.
I know there's workshops.
Well, there's workshops. There's also we're dealing with a lot of distressed properties. So people trying to keep their home, people trying to find their home.
I think I saw an email that came through about some help with foreclosure information disseminated to the public.
There's going to be a workshop downtown San Jose that we're part of that is more counseling and helping people that are having difficulties with their homes.
That's great.
That's part of ourselves. We also deal with first-time home buyers, so there's programs there. There's a help series that's available to the public, and we want to make sure that the public has the correct information on how to make educated decisions.
Now, how about the MLS, multiple listing service? Is that a part of what the board does as well?
Well, indirectly. We do not own our multiple listing service, but realtors utilize the multiple listing service. And I want to clear up one of the fallacies that's out there is regarding how the public uses the multiple listing service in the MLS. The MLS was designed originally, and to this day, as just a compensation tool for how agents can get compensated from other agents. The idea of a public, it's not a public utility. Now there is a source that a website that the public can go on to our MLS, and it is for active transactions, the properties that are available, as well as finding out if there's open houses and things like that. So the MLS and the public, we need to separate that and make sure that there's, for information, there is that available, but the MLS itself is more of a compensation
Well,
tool.
how do you, in the years I've been in the business, that information was always self-contained with the realtor or the office, and it's only been of late, this last 10 years or so, that the information has even gone out to the public. How do you feel about that?
I think it's great. I think that the information that goes out to the public, for them to get, they get educated on their own in terms of ideas of where they want to go. We're finding that once they look at different properties online, they have an idea, and then they call their favorite realtor and guide them through the process to protect them.
Okay, great.
Oh, good. So that local resource then is MLSlistings.com. The folks, that's kind of the public portal.
That's correct. If you go on www.mlslistings.com, the public can be able to search any active properties that are available, as well as they can search open houses for the weekend.
And Mike, is that information pretty current? Is it pretty?
It is up to date.
Instantaneously?
Instantaneous.
Okay.
Because I know that was been a problem in the past with folks not being able to get current
No,
data.
it's instantaneous.
Okay.
And then I guess there are other tools then for those in the industry, the realtors, to help them communicate and put those transactions together for their clients that are included with that. How about statistics and tracking and those sort of things? Is the SCORE involved in that process?
Yes, we make sure that we're up to speed on what's going on. We communicate that to our members. We get the monthly statistics from the MLS as well, and make sure that our realtor members are up to date, know what's going on, so they can pass that on to their customers.
Okay, got to ask this. Crystal ball. Now, you just came back from a convention. Most of the viewers out there are interested, obviously, in their home values, where things are going, and we always like to bring on professionals to the show to be able to project anything. What can you tell us about the future?
Right now.
What's the future of the housing market here locally, and I'm sure that was talked about statewide in California?
Yeah, and before I answer that directly, we need to be careful about when people are reciting statistics and things like that, because to be honest, I really, from a local perspective, I really don't care what's going on 3,000 miles away.
Okay.
So real estate is and always will be a locally driven business. So you're hearing things, a double dip, recession regarding real estate. You know, that
just
might
in today's local paper. So,
that might take place in other parts of the country or even other parts of the state.
Mm-hmm.
But what I know and what I feel comfortable saying is the Silicon Valley here.
Right.
So with that being said, it's a stable market. The numbers are showing that the units that are selling are selling, and the prices may not be what we like to see in terms of 10-20% appreciation, which we were spoiled with several years ago. That's not going to happen for the short term.
We were just talking outside before the show began. You've got a couple listings you put on right away, and you 24 hours, 48 hours, you're getting calls and offers coming. I mean, we're experiencing the same kind of mobility in the market right now.
Yeah. What's important for consumers to know is that it doesn't matter what the price of the home is. What matters is the cost of the home. And we know what interest rates are, and they're basically, although they've risen maybe 0.5% over the last couple months,
We're spoiled.
They're at an all-time low.
Yeah.
So that's probably more important than whether a price is going to be $10,000 up or down. So with that being said, we're seeing the numbers are steady. Buyers who want to buy are buying. Sellers that want to sell are able to sell at market prices.
And don't you take a view that, I mean, housing has always been built for a place to raise your family, a place to put some roots down in the community, a place, a product to hold for a long-term investment. I mean, there's so many different ways to view real estate that it's gone back to the traditional basics.
You must have read the newsletter that we put out last month, and my article was 2011, where the house became a home. And buying always has been long-term related. You buy a property to live in with the idea. I laughed when I never, all through the years when my mom and dad were talking about they can't wait to burn their mortgage. And I grew up, I had a West Coast family, an aunt and uncle that I lived with every summer. And it was a totally different mindset in California than where I was born back east. And the mindset was you leverage, right. You buy, and you get steady Eddie 20% appreciation each year, and don't worry about it. Well, it's turned around a little bit. This has gotten more mature, this area, and we're in tune to moderate, steady appreciation, and it's an investment.